Prospect and donor management on DIGITS2 is a new feature that will initially enable you to nurture relationships, to move prospects along a development pipeline, converting them from interested parties to regular donors. DIGITS2 will allow you to analyse best prospects, show appreciation for your constituents, provide a complete 360-degree view of every transaction, and importantly, show you what works and allow you to share best practice. 5 engagement levels represent the stages in relationship development. A cold prospect receives the minimum number of communications whilst you gauge their potential. Once qualified, these leads are converted to level 4 warm prospects who now receive more communications. As they become more involved, you can update them to levels 3, 2 or 1 based on criteria you determine, their dedication, the value of their donations and so on. You can also reduce the level to represent lapsed supporters and start warming them back up again. Let's think about all the ways you interact with your groups of prospects and contacts. You'll send them personalised direct communications to update them, encourage further support or provide specific messages or statements. You'll hold meetings to discuss potential donations or schedule regular seeing is believing visits. You'll conduct status phone calls to check how things are going or provide consultancy. Certain contacts will be invited to key events such as the AGM or hosted lunches. And for the high levels, you'll provide dedicated relationship managers and offer to promote their cause or provide philanthropic advice. DIGITS2 drives a care plan for each level, combining these touch points to include them in lists and create tasks or reminders automatically. In consultation with representatives from a number of foundations, this guideline communication plan has been designed for each level. You can see there are triggered meetings, event invitations and key tasks, so your resources are geared to building and maintaining relationships with those who are important to you. Before we log in, let's take a look at the framework structure of DIGITS2 and how the records are related to each other. Firstly, the lead record is where you enter and profile cold prospects. You may target these with communications and calls which are stored on the record history. When qualified, you convert to create an account which has 4 different types to distinguish between individual donors or organisations and the contacts that belong to them. You can also choose whether to create a relationship cycle for potential major donations to track the probability and progress of large gifts. The history of a lead's activity will carry over when you convert, and you'll now see further associated information such as donations, grant applications and funds, relationships, products, and much more, all on one record. The Marketing and Communications tab is where you create all of your promotions, communications and events, and track the responses at both summary and individual level. Let's imagine that John Smith has been entered as a new lead. He's a high net worth individual with the potential to make a large donation. We can enter where the lead came from, who referred him, and what his field of interest is. And we can see that he should be included in general communications. Any telephone calls or meetings which take place while he's being warmed up can be logged to appear in his activity history. The lead status field tracks the progress and potential before the lead is qualified to be converted. When John is ready to be converted, a new individual account record can be created. At this point, you also have the option to create a relationship cycle for potential large donations. All the information entered on a lead record has been carried across, and the default donor level is for a warm prospect. In the donor care plan section, we can see a series of checkboxes which have automatically been ticked to include this level 4 in key communications, and in the open activities, a task has been created to ensure that a meeting is scheduled. Let's take a quick look at the relationship cycle to track the probability and progress of the £50,000 donation John Smith intends to make. When the donation is received, we can see this total on John's record, so we update him to a level 1. Now you can see many more checkboxes appear in the donor care plan, so level 1 individuals receive more communications, more invitations and additional promotional opportunities, and there's a whole list of tasks to be actioned. Let's look at the Marketing Communications tab to manage our marketing activity. Clicking on a hosted lunch record, we can set specific event response values in the advanced setup. To identify individuals to be invited to our event, we can specify anyone who has the hosted lunch invitations checkbox ticked as a starting point. Then simply select all or choose individuals as invitees and send the invitation email. Let's Let's imagine that John Smith has responded to say he will be attending, so we can update his status to accepted and see the response totals at campaign level. In the Donor Care Plan Reports folder, you can quickly access real-time lists of all individuals who should be included in each communication, making your job much easier. With DIGITS2, you can take your marketing to the next level with a range of advanced applications or advanced automation and training workshops. More information on these options is available.